Maa. I honor the divine feminine within you and within me. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Rajeshwari Maa, and I'd like to welcome you to the very first day of this Navaratri season. Navaratri is a time when the Divine Mother, the Shakti, the energy of Divine Mother is fully brought to the earth to bring us, all of us, humanity, from the darkness into the light, from ignorance to knowledge, wisdom to enlightenment. And this is in a very, very auspicious time in our history. And it brings me great, great joy to be together with each and every one of you today. On this first day of Navaratri, we have 9 days of Navaratri. The first 3 devoted to the goddess Kali, and then 3 devoted to the goddess Lakshmi, and then 3 to the goddess Saraswati. And as we move through these 3 days, and then the 6, and then the 9, we're moving through the different energies, the different Shakti that the Mother Divine brings to us in her fullness of her form. So it is my delight to be with you with Kali today, Mahakali. When we look at a depiction of Mahakali with the garland of skulls around her head and this slayer of ignorance, Kali depicts as a very ferocious goddess. And several years ago, Her Holiness Sai Ma had me start working with the energy of Mahakali. And over this time, I've gotten to know this energy of Kali more and more. And Kali is the slayer of the ignorance. So she, in her ferociousness, is looking at all that is not true, all that is false within us and within our ego, and slaying it, meaning taking it out from our lives so that we can be who we truly are. And in that facing of ego, in other words, in facing all the things that I thought that were part of me, all the things I thought either made me strong or made me weak, all the things I thought of who I was, and yet were limiting me from embodying the wholeness of who I am. These are the aspects that Mahakali has us look at and dissolve, slay ferociously. And this is the time that we're in. If we look at the planet, if we look at where we are with the COVID, with the politics, with the earth and all the pollution, with whatever it is that we look at earth, and we as humankind, our role and our responsibility in our interaction with Mother Earth, with each other, with society, with our brothers and sisters around the world, and with ourselves. Now is a time, more than ever before in history, that we need to look to see who we are, what we're made of, what we're willing to stand by, what we're willing to be responsible for, and what we're now saying no to. It's about standing up in our truth. It's about not shying away, but to be in our fullness, in our wholeness, and to, in our fullness and wholeness, really embrace ourselves. Because Mahakali, although when you see her and feel the Shakti, feel that power, it can be intimidating on one hand, and yet the love that is there Because Mahakali, more than anything, wants us to know who we are, embrace who we are, and fully embody who we are as these divine beings on planet Earth. And in that fullness, in that encompassing, in that taking on of our truth, it's about moving past all the illusions and stories that we've created up until now. And this is probably one of the things that most intimidates or puts us into fear, is about looking at the stories that we've created, looking at the stories that we've walked on planet Earth, and saying no more, saying that's not real, owning within myself that those stories don't define me. Because for until now, be it this lifetime, be it several lifetimes until now, we've always fallen back into either it be the victimhood, or either it be putting blame or fault or finding judgment on others and putting that responsibility outside. This is what the ego desires. This is the ego pushing everything away from us to put it out there, and therefore not taking responsibility and to know that it's all within us internally. And then owning our story, having it be our story, not a story that's happening to us. And this is the power of Kali, because in that power, in that Shakti that Kali brings, she brings that will, that strength of will to stand up within ourselves, to look at ourselves and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I am moving past this story. This is no longer my story. I am no longer going to put blame on anyone, not even blame on myself. I'm taking ownership for my life on planet Earth and owning my divinity, because this is what Mahakali wishes for us. This deep, deep love that Kali has for us, in that Kali has us slaying the ego, that part of us that lives in falsehood. This part of Kali comes from an incredible love. Kali is calling each and every one of us forth to love ourselves, to forgive ourselves, to honor ourselves, to dissolve all the stories, to be willing to dissolve that ego, to be willing to dissolve all the reasons why I can't, all the reasons why I've told myself that I won't take responsibility, can't take responsibility. It's not mine today. All those reasons. Kali's calling us forth now to let go of all that. Because only in that letting go, only when we truly let go of all of that, all the stories, all of the doubts, all of the belief systems, then we can embrace what's actually here, what's actually here deep in our hearts, which is the love, which is the caring, which is the knowing and the trust. And so that Shakti that's coming forth and pouring these 3 days of Kali, really bringing that power, that will strongly within us. Just feel it lifting up within us, this incredible like volcano, the fire of Kali burning through all that we've built around us, all the falsehood, all the stories, all the Maya that we've built around us, allowing it to burn in that fire. And as right now the yagyas are going on, the fire ceremonies are happening at our ashram in Kashi, Shaktidam, the fire, the pundits, with all the mantras, the prayers to Kali, bringing forth that fire, that energy. Just feel that now. Just feel that the power of the yagya as Sai Ma at Ma's puja is pouring forth that Shakti as the full embodiment of Mother Divine. One of Ma's big works in the world, especially at this time around Navaratri, is to bring forth that divine feminine, that Shakti, that energy through the body into the earth and throughout. And as we allow these energies to flow through us more than ever at this time on the planet, when there's so much chaos, so much is of the old paradigm, it's actually already dissolved. It's already been cleared, except in our minds, except in ourselves as memory. And as we hold it, if we hold on to this memory, it doesn't serve us. Or moving into this new era, into the new yuga of truth, into Satya Yuga, into the Yuga of truth, into the era of truth. We cannot bring this falsehood with us. We cannot bring the old stories with us. We cannot bring those lies, those denials, those doubts with us into the new era. And so as we stand on this threshold, just allow Kali to burn all that no longer serves, to bring all forth that no longer serves. Just take a moment to breathe and feel that. Feel that energy being activated. The clearing out of the old paradigm, the clearing out of the ego, the clearing out of the falsehoods. As we slay within us that aspect that no longer serves us, allowing the Shakti powerfully to wash through us as we align our will with the will of the divine. As we align ourselves in that flow of the cosmos, as the flow of this movement in space into the divine feminine, welcoming that divine feminine, welcoming Kali now, welcoming the goddesses of Navaratri, as they stood up for us, for humanity, as they stood up for us, with us, to bring that balance, always bringing the balance into the planet. Just feel that all the way through the crown, all the way through the body, expanding in the heart, expanding out, feeling that space within the heart. That fierce love of Mahakali as she burns through, expanding out, igniting every cell, igniting through our DNA, igniting through, enlivening our Akash, in the memories of Akash, of our truth, our light, of the Satchitananda, the truth, bliss of who we are, allowing that to move through. And breathing fully, deeply into the heart, into every cell, into the physical body, into the central nervous system, the brain, and through the nervous system out through the entire body. And through the subtle bodies. And feel the divine breathing through us, being breathed by the divine. Powerfully. Feeling that heat, that burning in the fire. In the fire of the heart, of the fullness of that transformation. And inviting Mahakali, her deep devotion to each and every one of us, for our remembrance, that we remember fully our divinity, that we remember fully that we're a divine presence, that there's nothing missing within us. And all the layers that have held us from that truth, from us seeing that truth being dissolved. And I'd like to move into a round of mantra from Mahakali. You've already, I think, received this in the Telegram group. The mantra to Mahakali. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. So if you have a mala, we'll do one round of 108 beads. You can hold it in your right hand on your middle finger, and we'll use our thumb to bring each mala forward as we count off each mantra. So let's take a breath in together. We'll start slowly and really holding in that heart, that love for Mahakali, feeling her presence fully as we're activating with each mantra, activating her presence within our lives. Okay, breathing in together. Om Klim Mahakali Namaha. Om Klim Kali Kaliye 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 Namaha. Om Klim Kalikaye 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 Namaha. Being aware of the breath. You can gently allow the eyes to open if they've been closed. And taking this Shakti, this blessing from Mahakali, Divine Mother, into our day, into our night, depending on what part of the world you're in. I'm so, so grateful that we're able to come together like this, in this moment, in this time, as one. Many, many blessings. Thank you for being with us today. Happy Navaratri. Jai Sai Ma. Great blessings to each and every one. Great, great love. Jai Sai Ma.